Hey there, friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Austin, and on this channel, we talk about all things Kajabi marketing and growing your online business. Now, if you're serious about growing your business and you're using Kajabi, I welcome you and I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so that you never miss one of our amazing tutorials that we put out to help you grow. Now, today, I want to talk just a little bit about some time-saving tips that's helped me immensely when I'm using my Kajabi account. And that specifically is creating a page template. So let's jump on in Kajabi and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So one of the things that I love to do is create a page template. And essentially what you do is you simply create a new landing page and then create a template. Now by doing that, it gives you a page that every time that you go to create a new page, you don't have to start from scratch. You can simply clone your page template and then start building. So here is an example of my page template that I've created that essentially then we have the header, our typical header menu and the layout, and then also the footer. And they're already created in a way that then I have a consistency in my branding and the way that I have my pages set up so that I don't have to spend a ton of time recreating this every time that I want to create a new page. And then when I'm ready to start building, I just start adding sections just like I normally would. Now, if we go back to our landing pages, if I want to create a new page, instead of going up and creating a new landing page, you simply find your template and then on the three dots, you want to then duplicate the page and now you're good to go to start building that new page and it saves a ton of time. Now to create a page template, all you simply have to do is go into your landing pages and then create a new landing page just like you would for creating any page. Start with a blank page, get started, and then title this page template. I'm just going to call it 2024 since I already have one in there. And then we are starting off with a blank slate. So the first time we do have to build this out the way that we want to, but then after we've done it the first time, we just simply clone the page and we don't have to spend all this time after that. Now, what I like to do typically is I just remove everything that is on the page, and your blank page typically has the header and footer hidden. So we just go into header, and if you want it to be hidden, you can leave it this way. Let me just move my face over here. We go into desktop layout, and then you're going to uncheck the hide so that it shows up here at the top. And then our mobile layout, we can do the same thing where we uncheck so that it shows on mobile. And then we can do the same thing on our footer. So we want to make sure that it's showing typically a footer, whether you're showing a header in your template or not, you still want to have it showing, I would say most of the time, the footer we want to be there, mostly because of things like we want to make sure that we have our terms, conditions, privacy policy, and cookie policy on our footer regardless. And it's just a nice place to put some basic navigation. Then now that we have this, then we can start customizing it the way we want it. So on our footer, we want to change this from main menu to our footer menu. If you haven't already set up your footer menus, then you probably want to go ahead and do that. You can customize what you put here and you can add additional menus like I have in my template. And we can organize strategically what goes on your header navigation and your footer navigation for things that make sense to have on those for your audience to find what they need to find. So for you, you might want to have a phone number or an address that's included on this. You may want to go with the vertical layout. I personally really love the vertical layout. So you just go under desktop and click vertical, and you can rearrange these by then dragging it. So for example, you want logo, then copyright. And obviously remember, this is something I see a lot is overlooked, is changing this Kajabi copyright to your business name. If you have an LLC or an incorporation, then you can add it here. I kind of like to also add the all rights reserved, just, if I can type and talk at the same time here, reserve. So essentially then you're building out, as you can see, your page, including your footer background. So now it's got your brand colors that you can throw around in here, and it starts to just kind of evolve and come into place. I may want to change my logo. Default is at 50, but we probably want to bump that up because you can see that it doesn't even show, and that's probably even still a little small. So sometimes we can experiment till it gets to the point that we want it. And as you can see here, I can't even see the colors. So maybe we'll play around with this and we'll just change it to a darker color so it shows up a little bit better. So we just kind of play around with this a little bit, get it to where it's exactly the way you like it. And then once you have that set up, then all you have to do, like I said, is duplicate it. One more thing, of course, we do want to make sure we save. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. The other thing when you've created a new page that we don't want to forget while we're setting this up is we want to go in and edit details. So first of all, we want to make sure that we put it in draft because this is a page template. So we want it to be in draft mode so that it's not published for somebody to accidentally come across our page template live. And the other thing is too, is that when it's in draft, then we don't ever have to worry about things like getting indexed on SEO or that kind of thing. But because of that, I like on my page template also go down here and turn off the show page in search result. And what that does by turning this off is every time that I clone the page, it's going to duplicate all the settings that we put down here. So if I'm duplicating this page to create a confirmation page or a thank you page or a lead magnet delivery page or an opt-in page, and those are typically pages we really don't want to be indexed by search engines anyway. We probably do want to have our page title and description for SEO and sharing, but generally speaking, a lot of those behind the scenes pages like your post form pages or post purchase pages, typically we want to make sure that we are hiding this from search engines. So by changing this on our template, it makes it so much easier that we can, if we forget to check this setting, you're better off having it hidden from search engines and not being seen or indexed per se when we want it to be versus to have it be indexed when we don't want it to be. So just make a habit that whenever you create a new page that you double check all of your settings here on the details of the page, but just double check this on whether or not you really want it to be showing on SEO or if we're having it indexed or if we want it to be hidden. And then this is also then where when you clone it, it's going to have a URL that is page template copy or something along those lines. So we want to make sure that every time we clone it, we just make a habit that after we've duplicated the page, we go into the details, we change the title, we change the URL, we update it to published if need be, and then update your SEO and an update down here at the same time. So once you have done that, then it's really straightforward. I'm ready to create a new page. Then all we have to do, like I said, is we go here, we're going to duplicate it. And then like I was talking about earlier, once that it's duplicated, we can just start building it out, go back to our settings and change those initial settings for the title and the URL. So you can see here, it's been duplicated. We're going to go into edit details and then you will set your title and we set our URL. We can either leave it published or in draft and then update all of this stuff down here. So that in a nutshell is what I recommend as a huge time saver. It's a brand guide. It makes it so much easier for you to be consistent in your branding and your messaging. And it allows you then to save a ton of time every time that you go to create a new page. And there you have it, my time-saving tip in Kajabi on creating your own page template. Super easy to do. It's one of the first things that I always do when I'm working with one of my coaching clients is we make sure that there's a page template and that gives that consistency and makes it so much easier in the long run as you're setting pages. Since you're using Kajabi, I know that you are interested in growing your online business. And if you are interested in our free launch checklist, we have that available to you on our website, striveforsavvy.com. And there's a link in the description below, which will take you to our launch checklist. Gives you everything that you need to check off the list as you're getting ready to launch. If you're in the middle of a launch, even if you're evergreen, you can make sure that there's pieces in place so that you're not missing any important ingredients and you can make the most out of your launch. As you're implementing and creating your page template, drop a comment below and let me know how it works for you. We'll see you on our next Kajabi tutorial video or strategy to help you grow your online business.